Another update on Cyclone Joaninha, which is about to make its closest pass to the island of Rodrigues. It's just to the north of it as we speak right now, with winds of 120 miles an hour and a pressure of 945 millibars, which is significantly stronger than it was just a few hours ago. The CDPS scale, interestingly, has gone down slightly. The rainfall potential has decreased a little bit. It's now a stage 6 on the CDPS. That's still catastrophic if this storm was to make landfall on the small island of Rodrigues. Right now, it's pretty close for comfort, and hurricane force winds are possible on the island. We're certainly seeing hurricane force gusts at the minute. It's at 18.4 south, 63.4 east. That puts the storm 88 miles north of Rodrigues and 1588 miles from Isle Amsterdam, way down towards the south. Of course, no other land areas are in the way of this storm, and once the storm passes Rodrigues, the threat will pretty much be over. But a Class 4 warning remains in effect for the island, and that will continue probably for another 12, maybe even towards 24 hours, depending on how quickly or slowly this storm moves past the island. Now, it does still look as though the storm will pass to the east of Rodrigues, but it is getting pretty close. Close enough that the eye wall will probably affect part of the island, if not all of it, the western eye wall as it passes to the east. And then the storm will continue off towards the southeast and probably accelerate at some point before getting tangled up down there in the subtropical region towards the end of the week. Might remain tropical a bit longer after that, and then eventually slide off further south as an extratropical cyclone. Rainfall amounts are expected to be in the region of 250 millimeters over Rodrigues. That's on top of what we've seen so far. Sea surface temperatures are pretty warm, 28 degrees Celsius. That will aid any more moisture that will of course be being felt on the island right now. As you can see there, the hurricane force winds affecting Rodrigues overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, possibly getting to Category 2 force winds. That would be winds of 100 miles an hour, that's 160 kilometers per hour or higher. That's sustained winds with higher gusts that could reach 200 kilometers per hour. The storm will then move off towards the southeast. By the end of Tuesday or early on Wednesday, we will probably see the end of the main part of the storm, but residual rainfall could linger until Wednesday or Thursday. Right now, the chance of tropical storm force winds, well, this is pretty much self-explanatory. They are occurring on the island right now, and it's pretty much assured that they're going to continue. No other areas are now at risk from tropical storm force winds. Well then, let's check the latest models, and you can see what we're looking at now. JTWC wants it to hold steady at a high-end Category 3. HWRF wants a brief Category 4 peak out of this storm after it passes Rodrigues. What we do know is that wind shear is going to be on the rise imminently, and that may halt the storm in its progress towards becoming stronger. As you can see, the models are in pretty close agreement, and the HWRF has the worst case for Rodrigues, with the storm passing just about 10 kilometers to the east of the island. The GFS takes it a few dozen further towards the east. Here's how the storm's been looking on satellite imagery recently. It was diving towards Rodrigues, but in those latest frames there, the eye has taken a significant jog towards the east, and that may be good or bad news. I'm not quite sure what that means yet, but the southern eye wall is affecting the island of Rodrigues, and that could lead to significantly higher amounts of rainfall over the island over the next few hours. The worst of the winds might just avoid Rodrigues, but it's going to be very close. We'll have another update at 6 AM Mauritius time. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com. You can also find our YouTube channel. If you're not there already, you may well be. Good chance of that. Subscribe if you haven't. You can also find our Facebook page, search Force 13 all in text, and our Twitter handle. It's at Force 13 on there. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/Force13. Of course, you can come into direct contact with us by messaging Fool13 on Discord at extension 9094 and Force13 on Skype. And our partners are also doing updates, Mateo e Cyclone Maurice on Facebook.